My guest, Salena Zito, has a dad who may or may not be watching. Has he gone back to watching, Selena?
He has. I haven't.
I know you
I hope.
haven't. I know you haven't. But small hands Kenny Pickett is your quarterback, and we've got my. I feel bad for him because if you lost your Cam guy in the middle of the defense, I mean, it's not going to be very fair today. Are people already gloomy in Pittsburgh?
I don't know. Pittsburgh has a ridiculous relationship with its sports teams in that if they all left town, nobody would have any clothes left because everyone just walks around with some sort of black and gold shirt on. Mostly
You know
Steelers.
the Browns fans and the Steelers fans are kind of like Siamese sports twins, and they were separated at birth, but boy, are they just next to each other. They were conjoined in their attitude and their approach. Selena, I want to ask you about something former President Trump said to Kristen Welker yesterday in a very good interview that she did for Meet the Press, and she's going to be a fine host. He said about abortion that Governor DeSantis made a big mistake with the 6 week ban. Bob Vanderplant, the interview hadn't aired before. You know him from Iowa, was out there blasting the former president for this. How potent is the right to life issue, and does that division matter between Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump?
Well, it certainly does in the first primary state slash caucus state of Iowa. This is a big deal in that state. They always say, the Republican caucus voters. Well, Republican caucus voters in Iowa are almost 100% evangelical voters. This is a very important issue to them. And this is why I'm very cautious about believing that he has the ability to win Iowa in the upcoming caucus. This will further their skepticism of him. Now Trump is not wrong in that same interview where he said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that Republicans don't know how to talk about abortion. That is very true. But in terms of going after DeSantis on this issue in a state where DeSantis is doing what you're supposed to do when you're a Republican primary candidate and knocking on doors and just sort of flooding the zone in that state, this is going to have an impact.
Now, Selena, I know that you are like me. You live in Switzerland and you watch everything. So, as I see what is going on, I expect basically the Republicans, not named Trump or Vivek, to recede in Iowa and concede the state to Ron DeSantis to try and wound Trump there. And then I don't see DeSantis in New Hampshire. I went down and saw Chris Christie last week. I went down and saw Nikki Haley last month. I'll go back down and see Tim Scott whenever he's anywhere in New Hampshire because I cover the state. Do you think they'll be able to make an agreement on who gets New Hampshire? I don't think they can. I think Nikki Haley needs New Hampshire. I think Chris Christie needs New Hampshire, which means Donald Trump wins.
I'm not sure Donald Trump wins New Hampshire. I think there is a possibility that we go into South Carolina with winning Iowa and someone else winning New Hampshire. And all of a sudden, South Carolina, like it was in 2012, if you remember that, then Newt Gingrich rose up and won that state. That doesn't mean that Donald Trump won't be the eventual nominee, but I think there is going to be a lot of waves in this race that we aren't quite seeing right now.
You know what I don't think anyone else is saying? Because I get Roku in mid coast Maine, I get the Portland and New Hampshire ads. Chris Christie is running ads on the Hulu channel. I only watch Only Murders in the Building. I mean, 4 times we saw Chris talking to people on a Hulu ad. First ad of 2024 cycle. Have you seen any yet?
I have not seen them other than to go and look for them. However, in New Hampshire, you're this is a state that is going to end up surprising everyone. I think Christie has a chance there. I think Nikki Haley has a chance there. I don't discount Ron DeSantis there. And I think we'll keep an eye on Governor Sununu and see listen to the words he is using. about what's important in the state. That gives you clues as to where the voters may be going.
Well, the New Hampshire electorate, boy, do I like going to town halls down there. It's the first time I've ever
Yeah.
done this. I've been in New Hampshire before. They are very smart people. They are
Oh,
also kind of cynical about candidates.
yeah,
You
very
could be
much so.
they
They
just,
expect they want to kick the tires. They expect you to
that
show up
they
there, and we're going to give it to you.